Narration style: read this script like a premium Netflix documentary narrator. The tone should be calm, serious, mysterious, and emotionally engaging. Do not sound like an AI reading text or a news anchor. Speak naturally with subtle emotional variation. Use strategic pauses after important statements to build suspense and curiosity. Slow down slightly before revealing key information and emphasize important words without exaggerating. Maintain a steady documentary pace, approximately 0.90x speed. Allow brief pauses after short sentences and longer pauses after major revelations. The voice should feel intelligent, confident, and cinematic. Imagine you are revealing a hidden truth that the audience has never heard before. Build tension throughout the narration, making the listener feel that every sentence leads to a bigger discovery. Avoid sounding overly energetic, robotic, or monotone. Instead, create a sense of mystery, urgency, and anticipation. Pronounce every word clearly using natural American English. Let emotional intensity gradually increase as the story progresses, reaching its highest point during the final reveal. Overall feeling calm, intelligent, investigative, suspenseful, cinematic. Reference style: Netflix documentary, Cold Fusion, James Jani, Moon, Aperture, Magnates Media. Your paycheck isn't disappearing because someone is working harder than you. It isn't deet because your company suddenly stopped making money. And it isn't deet because the economy collapsed. Your salary is slowly disappearing because, somewhere inside your company, a machine has quietly learned how to do your job. Not next year, not 5 years from now. Right now, while you're answering emails, preparing reports, joining meetings, or believing your experience makes you irreplaceable, artificial intelligence is learning every click, every decision, every routine you perform. The frightening part isn't that AI is becoming smarter. It's that most people don't even realize they're training the system that may eventually replace them. This is science fiction. It's already happening. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of workers could lose income long before they lose their jobs. Because the silent AI taking your salary doesn't begin by firing you. It begins by making you less valuable. For decades, every technological revolution followed a familiar pattern. Machines replaced physical labor, factories became automated, assembly lines needed fewer workers. People believed one thing remained safe: knowledge work, creative work, office work. After all, machines could assemble a car, but they couldn't negotiate a contract. They couldn't write marketing campaigns. They couldn't analyze financial markets. They couldn't design products. They couldn't understand people. At least, that's what everyone believed. Then something changed. Artificial intelligence stopped following instructions. It started learning patterns. Large language models demonstrated they could summarize documents, write code, create presentations, analyze legal contracts, generate advertising campaigns, and answer customer questions in seconds. Tasks that once required years of experience suddenly became software features. That transformation happened much faster than almost anyone predicted. Companies didn't need AI to replace entire employees. They only needed AI to eliminate enough tasks to justify hiring fewer people. That's where the silent salary reduction begins. Imagine 2 accountants. 5 years ago, each managed 40 clients. Today, with AI handling document classification, transaction analysis, and first draft reporting, one accountant can often handle significantly more work than before. Nothing dramatic happened. No headlines announced a mass replacement. No emergency meetings were called. The company simply decided it didn't need to hire another accountant. One job disappeared, then another, then another. No one noticed because nobody was technically fired. The positions simply never existed again. This pattern is spreading across industries. Marketing agencies use AI to generate advertising copy in minutes. Law firms use AI to review thousands of legal documents. Software companies deploy coding assistants that complete functions before developers finish typing. Customer service departments rely on AI chatbots to resolve millions of requests without human intervention. Even healthcare professionals now use AI to assist with medical documentation and image analysis. Notice the pattern. AI rarely replaces the expert overnight. Instead, it dramatically increases the productivity of the remaining workers. And when productivity doubles, companies don't usually double salaries. They reduce hiring. That's the invisible shift, changing the labor market. Most workers assume replacement begins with unemployment. In reality, it begins with lower bargaining power. If your employer knows one employee can now produce what previously required two people, your leverage changes immediately. Raises become smaller, promotions become rarer, new hiring slows down, competition for every position becomes more intense. The effect isn't always visible on payday, but over years, it quietly reduces lifetime earnings. Economists call this productivity-driven labor displacement. To employees, it simply feels like career growth suddenly stopped. The strange part is that many people are actively accelerating this process. Every day, employees use AI tools to complete work faster. They proudly demonstrate how much time they've saved. Managers celebrate efficiency gains. Executives calculate reduced operating costs. Everyone wins, at first. Because once management realizes one worker equipped with AI can consistently outperform two workers without it, the financial incentives become impossible to ignore. Businesses exist to maximize efficiency. If software performs repetitive work faster, cheaper, and around the clock, shareholders expect companies to adopt it. Ignoring AI could eventually become more expensive than implementing it. That's why nearly every major technology company is investing billions into artificial intelligence. Microsoft integrated AI across its productivity ecosystem. Google embedded AI into search, cloud services, and office software. Amazon uses AI throughout logistics and fulfillment. Meta applies AI to advertising optimization and content recommendation. OpenAI continues expanding capabilities that businesses can integrate directly into everyday workflows. None of these companies publicly claim they want to eliminate millions of jobs. Instead, they talk about productivity, efficiency, innovation, assistance. Those words sound reassuring, but inside boardrooms, productivity has another meaning: lower costs, and labor is usually one of the largest costs any company has. History suggests businesses rarely ignore opportunities to reduce expenses. During previous industrial revolutions, machines replaced physical effort. Today's revolution targets cognitive effort. That makes this transformation fundamentally different. The people once considered safest may now find themselves competing against software that improves every few months. The pace of improvement is astonishing. Tasks AI struggled with 2 years ago now take seconds. Image generation, programming research, translation, voice synthesis, video creation, business analysis. Every update expands the range of work machines can perform. But Harris, the surprising twist, the greatest risk isn't that AI becomes perfect. It only needs to become good enough. Companies don't require flawless performance if the financial savings outweigh occasional mistakes. Humans make errors too. From a business perspective, the comparison isn't perfection versus imperfection. It's cost versus value. And that's where the real battle begins. Because while employees focus on learning one new skill every few years, artificial intelligence is improving every single week. The question is no longer whether AI can perform your job exactly like you. The question is whether your employer believes the difference is worth paying for. And for millions of workers around the world, that answer is becoming less certain every month. The silent AI taking your salary condensed 700 words. The transformation isn't happening through one massive wave of layoffs. It's happening through thousands of quiet decisions made inside companies every single day. A hiring manager decides not to replace an employee who resigned. A marketing agency reduces its freelance budget because AI can generate first drafts in seconds. A law firm uses AI to review contracts that once took junior associates days to analyze. An accounting department automates repetitive financial tasks. A customer support center deploys AI agents that work 24 hours a day. Individually, these decisions seem harmless. Together, they're reshaping the future of work. What's surprising is that the companies leading this shift aren't hiding it. They openly describe AI as a productivity tool, way to help employees work faster and more efficiently. For investors, higher productivity means higher profits. For workers, it often means fewer people are needed to produce the same results. This isn't the first time technology has transformed the workforce. During the Industrial Revolution, machines replaced physical labor, allowing factories to produce more with fewer workers. Today's revolution is different. It doesn't target muscles. It targets the human mind. Writing, research, programming, design, analysis, tasks that once required years of education can now be completed at least partially in seconds by AI-powered software. That doesn't mean professionals are becoming obsolete. It means companies can achieve the same output with smaller teams. Instead of hiring 10 people, they hire 7. Instead of expanding departments, they optimize them. No dramatic announcement, just fewer opportunities. The same pattern is emerging across industries. Developers now work alongside AI coding assistants. Marketing teams use AI to generate campaigns in minutes. Financial analysts automate reports that once consumed entire afternoons. Human expertise still matters, but routine work is disappearing. The result isn't always unemployment, it's slower career growth, smaller salary increases, and much tougher competition for every position. This creates a new divide in the workforce, not between experienced and inexperienced employees, but between those who know how to work with AI and those who don't. Imagine 2 employees with the same qualifications. One uses AI to automate repetitive tasks, analyze data faster, and improve daily productivity. The other continues working the same way they always have. Within months, the difference becomes obvious. The first employee delivers more results in less time. The second works just as hard, but appears less efficient. Performance reviews begin to reflect that gap, not because one is smarter, because one has learned to use a new tool. That's why AI literacy is quickly becoming as important as computer literacy was decades ago. The people who adapt may become significantly more valuable. Those who ignore these tools risk falling behind without realizing why. Perhaps the most unsettling part is how invisible this transformation feels. There is no single day when society announces that everything has changed. You simply notice fewer entry-level jobs, higher expectations, smaller teams, more automation, and job descriptions asking for AI experience. The shift happens gradually enough that many people mistake it for ordinary economic pressure. But underneath those everyday changes, a much larger transformation is taking place. Companies aren't investing billions in artificial intelligence simply because it's exciting technology. They're investing because it offers enormous financial advantages. Every automated task reduces costs. Every optimized workflow increases efficiency. Every productivity gain improves competitiveness. As more businesses adopt AI, others feel pressured to do the same just to keep up. The cycle accelerates, and workers everywhere experience its effects through hiring freezes, delayed promotions, or careers that simply stop growing as quickly as before. But here is the irony. The world's most advanced AI systems were built by learning from human knowledge. They learned from books, articles, code, research, documents, and billions of examples created by people. In many ways, humanity has spent decades teaching machines how to perform human work. Now those same systems are beginning to perform parts of that work themselves. The question isn't whether technology will continue advancing. It will. The real question is whether workers can evolve as quickly as the tools they're helping create. Because if they can't, the silent AI taking your salary won't need to replace your job overnight. It will simply make your skills easier and cheaper to replace than you ever imagined.